Good evening and welcome to United Real Therapy, people. Hey, Ollie Capone is here tonight. Capone. Ollie's coming out like a gangster here, mate. Let's talk about it, people. I put it on Twitter and I put it on the title of this. Twitter, I said, Ollie's here to stay. He's not going anywhere. Or is he? Is Ollie safe for now? We got Ali Bumbaye here, but tonight, for one night only, he's Al Capone. Al Capone. Al Capone, how you doing?
Al Capone, I'm good, man. I'm good.
How are you doing, Al Capone?
I'm good, man. I got my fix today. I'm happy.
Okay, talk to me.
All right, so whatever we discuss.
First of all, does that remedy for you? Does that remedy what happened last week? 5-0 that happened last week at Old Trafford.
There's two ways we can do this show. We can either do what we've been doing and what everybody else is doing, which is it's just papering over the cracks. We know that. We're not talking Ollie in or out today. Today, we made a major change, Nuruddin. We went 3-5-2, and it was a proper 3-5-2. It wasn't a 5, defend for your life sort of thing. Yeah. And he went bold. He dropped Pogba. He dropped Rashford. He dropped Greenwood.
Pogba was banned. He didn't drop Pogba. Pogba was banned.
Sorry. Well, whatever it was, I was happy to see him not on the team sheet, in all honesty, today.
Yeah.
And you know what we got? We got 3 points, and we got a much-needed clean sheet, man. So today, when he loses, we come out with the knives, and rightly so. But when he goes drastic like this in a game of that magnitude, where his arse is on the line, can you imagine we lost today? It'd been really bad. So I have to give him props. So Al Capone is in the house tonight. So if you want to look at this game objectively, that's my thoughts.
No, of course, we always have look at the games objectively, always.
Because when he gets it wrong, he's getting mauled. But when a man gets it right, I have to come out and say, okay. Ultimately, I agree with you. I think two things. One, the manner and the speed in which we have capitulated under his leadership, I think has caught everybody with their pants down. The board, most importantly, they're not sure where to go with this one, and they have to get the next one right. And you can see the fan base. We are so many different managers and so many different styles and so many pros and cons with it. And secondly, I think he's, if he's going to remain, then I just want to tune in and see what he's going to do. If we've got no choice, there's no point in me moaning and bickering and crying all the time. We would all like a new manager, most of us, the majority. But I watched today's game and I liked certain aspects of the game. And I'd like to retain certain aspects of the game. That's what I'd start by saying. Are you there? Dino, you're on mute.
I've done a runner. Listen, the kittens have smashed the flat. The kittens have smashed the flat up, lad. The kittens have smashed the flat up. So I'm trying to get some control here. The rascals are giving it to me. They're like, hey, they're celebrating. They're like, get it, Ollie. They're teasing me.
Are these cats boys or girls?
The boys, 2 boys, and they're like, Ollie, they're Ollie in. 100% Ollie in, the rascals. They're Ollie in. Listen, the biggest thing for me, I understand the win. Obviously, for me, the going 5 at the back. But that's one of the reasons I've been given, the fact that he won't suit Man United. Conte won't suit Man United, and here comes Natalie. Ollie heard the wig man might get the job and say, let's play 3-5-2. So, yeah. But for me, that's unsustainable. Man United today were very lucky. Like Roy Keane said, I don't know if you're watching it on Sky, but Roy Keane said it. It's only Spurs. That's what Roy Keane said. And that game was made for Man United. So Spurs lost her. They've lost 5 now. they've won 5 and lost 5. That's how it is. They didn't have one shot on goal. And I'm sorry to say, but because we played five at the back, that didn't make us look amazing. I'm sorry. They didn't. At the end of the day, the players looked like they were embarrassed. But for me, these players, this effing football club, this football structure, those bankers, those owners have a lot to repay me personally. The only way Ollie, the players, the bankers, the Glazers, is for me if he wins a big trophy, either the Premier League or the Champions League. That's simple for me. That's the only way I can get over what I had to sit through last Sunday. Was it Sunday? Was it last Sunday? Yeah, last Sunday.
Yeah,
what I had to sit through, man. So
I know, man.
For me, beating Spurs 3-0, we beat them 3-1 last season. You know what I mean? To me, it's not. I'm not gonna go and get big thing about it because for me, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, these players, the Glazers and the bankers have given us the most humiliating result and embarrassment since a century. Last time Liverpool beat us, they're our closest rivals, really. Man City are not. Leeds are not. Everton are not. Liverpool are. Because of history, because of trophies. Last time they beat us, humiliated us, we were called Newton Heath Railway Club. And we operated out of, that's, you know what, Northwest Manchester. Sorry, Northeast Manchester. If you know what I mean.
No, look, I know what you're saying. Last week.
Well, for me, beating Spurs is not the biggest thing for me. Is I don't want to see any Europa League football whatsoever. So for me, again, Tuesday night is a big game. It's a huge game. Big up Khalis Ramadine Lassie. He's just telling us that he says, Roy Keane, this was the perfect day for Manchester United. Going back to when I played, we always used to say, it's Spurs. You will beat Spurs. My God. Spurs side were desperate. That's what Roy Keane is saying. At the end of the day, I think playing this formation it cannot be sustainable because in January we have to let Rashford go. We'll have to let Sancho go. Obviously, Van der Beek's going, and then we'll have to let Greenwood. Greenwood has to play through the middle now. So to me, you got 2 wide guys. You have to get rid of 3 wide guys. You have to get rid of Martial. Donny's going already. Donny's gone. So don't even worry about that. Apparently Tellez is going and giving it on social media, and Martial's wife has come out as well. But Martial and Donny van der Beek are definitely going in January. I know that for certain. We know that already. Tellez wants to go. So in January, lot of these players will have to go, and I think Sancho as well will have to let him go because if this is the formation now we want to play, he doesn't fit in our starting 11. He doesn't even fit in the bench because if you're going to play 5-3, 3-2, where does he fit in? I'll put that question to you. And Gary Neville, because he's been taking a battering on social media, has basically come out and said, where's Donny van der Beek? Who sanctioned it? Who's making him just be there for the last 18 months, not kick the ball?
So what are you asking me here, man?
The question I'm asking you is that in January, how many players need to go? How many players need to go? Because now, if this is our new formation, right? This is our new formation. First of all, do you think this is our new formation? Second of all, if it is our new formation, how many players need to go in January?
Well, if this is our new formation forever,
if Ollie plays and this is the formation that we're going to have, what happens to Sancho? What happens to those players? What happens?
Well, look, I'll be honest with you. I don't think the club is going to just sell all the players you're mentioning just like that.
Well, why keep them then if you can't fit them in? So we're going to have another Donny van der Beeks, 18-month players who are going to be sitting on the bench. Guy that was bought for 74 million. It's now slightly on the bench.
No, I don't think you're going to have that. I think the most important thing here, players aside, is the team. If we have to sell whoever we have to sell, and I'm resigned to the fact if you bring a new manager in, that manager might want 2 or 3 players gone that we'd like to keep, bring another 2 or 3 in. You've got to accommodate a manager in that way. And this is a conversation that the board have to have when they sign the contract. That's important. For me, I've always liked 3 at the back. I know it wasn't great when we deployed it, but there were good things when Oli did put it in. And I said to you before that I like 3 at the back. I think we're all right. And I don't think Wan-Bissaka can't play that system. Today, I thought he did really well. I thought he played very good, especially first half. And
you have to preface who's the opposition are, Josele. You have to preface. This Tottenham team is probably one of the most horrendous. They sacked Jose, and now they've got Jose light, basically Jose that looks all right in possession sometimes, but the players are not playing for him. You can see that.
Look, so ultimately, I think Dino were jumping way too far ahead. Today it didn't really matter anything apart from you have to break that losing cycle, and you have to keep a clean sheet, lads, for your own bloody mentality, for your own sanity. And that's what we've done today. So this was the big thing. Whether it was Wigan or Spurs or whoever we played, you know, we've been playing teams that we should be beating. We've been playing teams that are worse than Tottenham, more depleted than Tottenham. And we've been playing them at home and we've been getting nothing. So today the lads came, big pressure game on these players. Imagine they lost it. That's what I'm saying to you. It would have been a shock. Would have been having here a really different convo. So today, I thought the formation worked well. It's not going to be expansive, gorgeous football. Ultimately, it's the first time we've played this in a long time. But we look compact. We look, you know, pretty resolute back there. De Gea didn't have too much to do. Usually, De Gea's working constantly. And you know what? Could have been more. Everything went well. The substitutions were good. So if Oli decides to go with this and it works and, you know, it evolves and it becomes something nice, I don't have an issue with that, regardless of who has to go and come, whatever has to happen. I think ultimately, for me, that's above my pay grade.
Has Oli won you back with this performance today?
No, of course not, because we're still, you know, way off it. But Oli last week was crucified. The players were crucified. Deservedly so. Nobody could say a word. You can't lose in that manner to our biggest rivals. Historic defeat, 5-0, play shocking, at home, awful. So, like I said, if Oli's going to be here for another month, 2 months, another 6 months, whether in, out, left, right, this conversation is going to be constantly ongoing. But I like you to get me on here to discuss the games.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I enjoy doing. I like to watch the game and then come on here and give you my 2 cents worth and talk about other things.
What did you enjoy? What did you enjoy today?
Well, I had my eye. First of all, I enjoyed that we got something that you could say was a radical change from your 4-2-3-1, which has been just awful to watch. That's the first thing. So the man really took a plunge. The second thing I liked, he made some bold changes to this side. I wanted to see, number one, how Wan-Bissaka's going to do getting up and down that pitch. I was honestly impressed. But you know me, I'm a big Wan-Bissaka fan, and I don't think he's anywhere near as bad as people make him out to be going forward. And I think he's improved a lot. The second thing I wanted to see was how Ronaldo and Cavani are going to work. Now we have somebody to play with you up there. And I thought Cavani was marvelous today. You know, he's just a fabulous player. He puts a shift in, he sets the pace, and you can see it's nice when there's 2 of them. And, you know, Ronnie, goal assist, Cavani goal. It's very good. Off the ball, I liked it. We can be compact and we can break quickly as well. You know, Rashi came on, you saw his goal. So it's too early to say, yes, we found the solution. All it is today is we got 3 points which we needed, and we kept the first clean sheet in how many games? Is that 20-something games? So that's it, man. Today, you know, it was defensive at times, but you have to be able to see games out sometimes. You know, we've played games expansive, Dino, and you see last-minute goals, can't hold on to the lead all over the place. The three at the back today won everything in the air. They had nothing. I thought Fred and McTominay did all right. It was a good performance all around. I enjoyed what I saw. But this is not saying Ollie's back. No, this is just today is today. It's a good formation, and we should hang on to it, that formation. You know, you need to make it part of your repertoire, bro. You can't just have one formation. And I'm going to just go off topic here and talk quickly about Graham Potter. Did you? I don't know. I watched the Liverpool versus Brighton game today.
Yeah. Tell me about that game, actually.
Graham Potter is a guy that I had never heard of, and I read about when he got the job. And I was saying to our friend Adnan, I said to him, look, we need to look out for Graham Potter. He plays the kind of football you like, possession-based football. And then I was listening to Henrik Larsson. He said, I watched him when he was coaching, I think it was in Denmark or Norway. And he took a 4th division team to the Premier League and got them to the knockout stages of the Europa League for the first time in their history. And he said the most impressive thing is not how they played, but that he changed the system completely 3 times during the course of the game, and the players were completely comfortable in all the systems. And Bielsa also said this, he says, they play and they take care of the ball, and they change the systems. So this thing where players can't play multiple systems, I think this is a myth.
Of course.
Players have to be
flexible, yes.
Adaptable to in-game management, where the manager is going to change things, is going to ask different things of you as a player, of you as a team. And you're also going to have to be able, let's say you want to see a game out, you've got to be able to know what you're doing, that low block, you know, and transition quickly. You've got to do it. We used to do it under Ferguson. You know, we'd change tactics. You might call us defensive or whatever, but sometimes you play for the result. Sometimes you can go out there and you express yourself. Ultimately, it's important to have more than just this 4-2-3-1, whatever the hell we're doing. Keep the 3-5-2. Fred and McTominay, I said last year, it's not something that we should, every time we see it, we go berserko. It's not, you shouldn't do that. It's a valuable thing that you can.
I'm genuinely sorry, but I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair enough. I believe it's something they did.
When you go to the stadium and you see Scott McTominay hiding, to me, that's not a Man United player. That's not Manchester United DNA. And I don't know who the hell was coaching him in the youth teams, but that's a cowardice coaching. Whoever was teaching him to be scared to take the ball. I can't have that. I'm sorry. So for me, it's not about even them about personally. It's about the standards of Man United after all the midfielders that I've watched. I've been lucky enough to watch. You've been lucky enough to watch. I can't accept that. I can't accept people hiding and then giving it 5 yards when there's a diagonal ball to be played for 20 yards or 30 yards. I'm sorry.
You know what? Look, today,
if you're not going to take that risk and be brave, even if you got it wrong, doing it again and again, 100%.
Look, what I'd say to you is I understand what you're saying. It's not Manchester United for players to hide. We want them to show courage. We want them to show character. But I think when the Liverpool game started to develop, not only Scott McTominay, I think everybody flopped it completely. The defenders were really scared. You remember Saeed and lots of the fan cams, Owen Hargreaves came out and said, you could feel the nerves. The crowd could feel the nervousness of the players, and you know it was getting to them, and this is what peed them off so much. You're not supposed to shrink against Liverpool at home. You got 75,000 of us here with you, so it wasn't just Scott. I think the whole team, and that was part of the embarrassment. They shrank. It was a cowardly way to go out like that. But I mean, today I watched Scott McTominay, and yes, it's Tottenham Hotspur. But when Tottenham were, having their coming into our last third, barricading us in our parts, he's taking that ball in difficult situations, driving it out, and he played some really, really nice crossfield balls today. What I'm trying to say is Manchester United.
I'm sorry to have to stop you there. I'm not asked about how the players played. It was more about the performance and the system. To me, the two players that won us the game are the two strikers. They can't do it every week. They can't play 3 games in a week because one of them's 36, the other one's 34, and one of them is quite injury prone, and he come off because of injury. But let's just read out this Khalees Robinian Lassie chief report on Man United Real Therapy. Gary Neville, who's sponsoring the 40 million that's been spent on that kid who sat on the stand, not kicked the ball for nearly 18 months. Sancho, if he's not careful, will end up the same. Well, this is what I was talking about. It's interesting that he's talking about it, but this is what I was putting up to you. But like you said, you're not going to get into that type of conversation. In the comments, guys, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy the... Come on, let me know. Did you enjoy the performance?
Of course you did.
Let's see, did anybody enjoy the performance? Yeah, somebody's here saying, I like McTominay, but he's a bench player at best. Yeah, I don't get away from that. Ollie didn't get it right. He got scared shitless and rammed 7 defenders into his first 11. Facts, mate. 7 defenders we had, yeah, of course. Because McTominay and Fred don't really offer you too much up front. So,
this is look, sorry, Nuruddin, this is a really good comment. I was looking at our lines today. We had 2 very, very nice straight the back line was brilliant. You know, we held the line perfectly, and the line in front of them was really good. The shape of the team today was excellent compared to what I've been seeing previously.
No, 100%. We look more compact. We look more compact. The 3 centre halves look closer to the midfield. But the biggest thing is this, right?
Yeah.
What
really
Craig Diego from the UK is forgetting is that it's a tactic for Greenwood and Rashford not to defend. That's all his tactics. All his tactics is telling them, I want you to be on that cheat mode because that's what it is. We win the ball back, we give it to you, and then you've got the space to run into in front of you. Don't track back. That's a tactic. I refuse to believe it because I go to the stadium, and you know the camera, when you watch it on telly, you've seen the difference in it. When you go to the stadium, you see things that you don't see on TV because the camera just follows the ball. Majority of it. You hardly ever get the wide shot where you could see players making runs. You could see players' movements. You see players getting goal side. You see that because when you're in the stadium, you can actually see it with your own 2 eyes right across there. It's like the pitch from where I've been sitting. The pitch is about what, like 20 yards, if that, away. So I can clearly see it, but it's because he's been telling them not to. You stay up the pitch, and the fullbacks will follow you, and that's why we look disjointed. You can put 2 Titanics between our forwards, the midfield, and our defense. But everybody looks. Everybody looks good defensively. Everybody looks good when the whole team is sat back like Jose. So what's the point of getting rid of Jose if now Ollie's going to play like Jose?
I'll tell you one thing. If you sit back, this is the problem with Mourinho, unfortunately. And you know, I love Mourinho. When you don't play well at all and it's very defensive, and you win 1-0, okay, you win. But when you do that and you lose, it's double backlash.
Of course.
So when Ollie goes out today, ultimately, I thought the performance was good. And it's good in comparison to what we've been seeing, not in comparison to what we expect, but we just need to get out of a crisis. This is a crisis. It's a defensive crisis. It's a bloody goal crisis. It's a performance crisis. And today we remedied 2 of those. We got 3 points on a clean sheet. And that is massive for the players. And it's still Tottenham away. They're not a completely duff team.
No, I'll say let's be honest. Habibi. El Capone, let's be honest. They are absolute dog. They couldn't even string 2 passes together. Players who were amazing, even under Jose, they were giving it. Now, this guy wasn't their first choice, this manager, and he knows that. The players know that. The players are just sitting there. Their fans, do you think their fans they were chanting Nuno out in the stadium? I don't know if you could hear it. They shouted Nuno out.
Look, I'm not saying they didn't.
Every time Hurricane misplaced the pass, boo! The Hurricane's back.
Look.
They've got major problems.
Look, there's a lot of like Muhammad Ali here. Yeah, big up that name, by the way. Amazing. What is he saying? Cowardly formed team against a weak team. Really, while we're supposed to start Tellers, the lot, and DVB for this formation proves Ollie still plays favor. Okay, look. The second part of that, I'm going to leave alone. The first part of that is this. Look, in my opinion, yeah, I am not at the moment because of the way the season's gone, and I've been telling you I'm bored to tears with this team. I just want to see some half decent stuff.
100%.
Okay. I know we want to play nice football, and I know we believe we got the players to play much better than we have been. I agree with that.
And the biggest thing is this: if Brighton can play like that, why can't we? Why do we deserve to play tactics and play 5 at the back? That's the main question. If Brighton can do it, why Man United, being the football club and the tradition and the culture and the history that we have, why can't we do it?
Well, Manchester United are expected to do it, and because they've not been doing it is where we are up to today. Today's game in isolation, if we want to look at it, it was a game in the context of the season where I don't mind what he did. He did do some major changes and took some big decisions, which I am happy to see. Today,
have you heard this stat? Listen to this. I'm sorry to cut you off. First time since March, we've been 2-0 up in the Premier League. Wow.
Honestly, I enjoyed the fact that we actually had a lead. We didn't have to concede to come back, and we've seen the game out. I'm not joking.
I know what you mean. Me, you know what?
So today,
listen. To be fair, I switched off after Liverpool. I don't, because I got a cold. I lost my voice. I got emotionally drained. It's not good for my blood pressure. You know what I mean? And I needed to take for my body and mind and spirit. After Liverpool. So now Tuesday I'll be nervous because I don't want Europa League football. But I'll let you finish.
Bro, all I'm saying is, guys, this isn't Ollie's, but it's none of that. We're a million miles away from that. I'm just taking each game as it comes now, because that's all we can really do. Today's game, I wasn't too looking for, Barcelona football or anything. I'm resigned to the fact that that's gone. I'm not going to get that. But for the sake of the team, for the sake of us fans, we needed 3 points to get us back on track at least, and we needed a clean sheet.
100%.
It was today not a beautiful performance, but it was a good, professional, solid performance. Away. There's going to be bigger tests. Look, City next week is going to be very, 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 very telling on the back of this result and this performance. But for today, I think we should take that, and because a lot of us expected another whippage. Mighty Mundo said to me, "Get ready for Halloween Horror Show Part 2," and it could have been. What if the players went into this thinking the pressure's got to them? What if we don't win today? What if Ollie don't win today? They're dead. It's over already. Every single fan channel and fans are saying it's finished. He's out. He's dead. This team's dead. It's over. He's got to start again. So that kind of pressure is massive today. So they done good for themselves, and I back up to 5th. It's a long season ahead there. We don't want to just have a toxic season completely. He has to, if he's going to be staying, and the board aren't going to pull the trigger now, then that's a separate thing. We can go sick on that, saying no, he has to go. But if he doesn't go, then we have to look at this team and think, all right, look, what is it that we can do and should be doing to at least enjoy this football and make a season of it until the end of it, where he's definitely going to go?
I don't know about that. I don't know who's going to go, Hosseini. I think this week has exposed the Glazers, has exposed the bankers that I've been talking about for a long, long time. Yeah. And I'm glad that a lot of people can see now they have nothing clue about football. They don't even have a strategy or a plan in place in case some things go wrong. And we've shown it for what it is. Somebody, Yusuf Ahmadi, is calling me out. He's saying, Nuruddin, Sahib. Sahib means friend. It sounds like sour grapes, broski. You need to give Ollie credit. I know winning doesn't fit Ollie out narrative, but enjoy. Yusuf Ahmed, I know you're probably a Chelsea fan or an Arsenal fan. and you're Ollie inner. But for me, Ollie and all of that, the players, Ollie, this football club for me buried me last Sunday. They buried me. They buried me fucking 6 foot under the ground because I watched in that stadium goal after goal after goal after goal to our biggest rivals, and it was an embarrassment. At 60 minutes, they took their foot off the gas and thought, you know what, we don't want the fans.
Dino, were you singing Red Army for the boys?
These players. Say that again. Sorry.
Were you singing Red Army for the boys? Oh God! Listen, I'm gonna say something, and you're not gonna agree, and you're not gonna like it. Yeah, we've been whipped 6-1 twice under Ole. That's some big defeats. No. Listen. You have to put that 5-0.
No, I'm not. 5-0. I'm sorry. I am not gonna compare. I'm not gonna let anyone on this channel compare and give me some historical context. We got beat on Southampton. You know what? That season, we want to win the league, right? This team ain't going to win the league.
No, I'll ask you this question.
We got beat by Newcastle. We went and won the league.
I'll ask you this question. Right? So this is a fair question. Look.
In 100 years, that result last week at Old Trafford was the most humiliating result in the history of this football club.
Okay, it was. I'm not telling you it wasn't.
Nobody can tell me about how we got beat. No, we got beaten by Man City. We were down to 10 men. We were making chances, and Man City scored 3 goals in injury time, where we were creating chances, and we were creating chances.
All right, look, that one there. Was the worst one that I have ever seen.
No, not for me. Not for me.
No, this. What I'm saying is,
you know that day there. No word of a lie. No word of a lie. That day there, I was so proud to be a United fan. Do you know why?
No, I'm saying to you, the Liverpool one.
You know,
Dino.
Listen, do you know why I was so proud? Because Manchester United players with 10 men went for it. We put Carrick at centre half. He hardly ever plays in centre half. We put him there, and we will make.
I agree. I'm telling you, Liverpool was the worst thing I've ever seen in United in my entire life.
So
but what I'm gonna say to you after that, Habibi, is
I want the viewers to go and watch that game. 3 goals come in injury time. Injury time, where we were going gun-ho, trying to get the goals back, and that's what I loved about Fergie. At Old Trafford, he will always risk it. He was a gambler.
Look, and that's let me ask you this. Look, Nuruddin, let me ask you this question, bro. Look, the players were on the receiving end of that whipping. They weren't spectators. Okay? Any player that wants to play for United, if you think of Ronnie, for example, to have your name attached to that result is no small things in the context of the history. But if the players were going to take up this attitude, unforgivable, and just come to a standstill, you're going to have to get over that result, unfortunately. We're going to have to move forward. You can hold that against Ole forever and a day. But ultimately, man, the reality is we need to move forward as a team. We need to pick ourselves up. We got 3 points today, step in the right direction, and we just need to crack on with it. It happens. That's life. That's all I'd say to you. And, you know, let's see what happens midweek and then City. If the results go our way again, you take it and you just move forward. I'm not telling you this means anything in terms of...
I'm genuinely sorry. I'm genuinely sorry. So listen, I got people in my family who are Liverpool fans. I went to university in Liverpool. I'm never going to get over that football game. The only way I get over it this season is if Man United win the Premier League or they win the Champions League. Simple.
That's not going to happen.
So that's what the point I'm trying to say to you. The only
so what does that mean?
This football club can help me get over that is if they win the Premier League or the Champions League. And that's, that's it. So basically,
if that doesn't happen, what I'm saying to you, all right, look,
you might be able to, but I can't. I don't know about you guys in the comments. I can't. I can never move further than that. Because to me, it will be the most humiliating defeat in over 100 years for this football club. And I can't get
I'll be
over
honest with you. I'm not going to lie to
The
you.
only way I get over that is if you win one of the big trophies. That's the only way you get over it.
All right, look. First of all, yeah.
Anyway, your favorite captain. Listen, let me give you a quote. Roy Keane, Maguire, Shaw last week were an absolute disgrace to this club.
Sure.
I don't even think Palace would want Juan Bazaka back. I heard Maguire talking during the week. He was like a robot. Oh my God. I wish Roy Keane was in that pitch. I wish Roy Keane was on that pitch.
If I could have, he would be.
He would. If Roy Keane was in the coaching department, if he was in that dugout, Roy Keane would have gone in there and smashed people's heads in.
Look, if you were the owner of this football club, what would you do then?
Say that again? Oh my God. Are you telling me the way I was feeling on Sunday night and Monday morning? Every football player who started in that game, the coaching staff, the manager, everybody, the bankers, everybody would have been, I would have terminated maybe 15, 20 contracts on Monday morning. If I was a billionaire, I would have took the hit.
Look, I'm looking at this, yeah.
And you know what I would have said? Or else I would have said to them, the only way all the wages and all the money that you gave, that's 75,000 people that come in that stadium are going to have your win till the end of the season. And if you don't win a trophy, a big trophy, they'll take all your compensation money and see you later. I would have done that. Wallahi, you know me.
Look, let's get back to reality, man. Come, let's get back to reality a second.
Well, you asked me, what would you have done? I'm going to ask you the same question on Monday morning.
I would have done, bro. Ollie, you have got the time it's going to take me to find the right man to come in. Go and see if you can pick this team up and go and see if you can start to produce something that can make amends for the disaster that you've produced so far this season. At the moment, you are getting sacked. But the only reason I can't sack you is because I did not see this coming so quickly, so dreadfully. Only 9 games into the season. I couldn't see it. I wanted to give Ollie this year, and I thought we'd bounce forward and we had a good transfer window. Got Sancho, Varane. I thought things would be shored up, but we actually got worse, and the performances and the results have been dreadful. So now that we're talking reality, you say that he's going nowhere. If the players adopted, we can't forgive ourselves, our life is at a standstill. No.
I'm a supporter. I say that's a difference.
Okay, but the players have to do their job, and so does the manager. Their job now is, you've been embarrassed. The whole fan base has been ginned out for a week by, opposition supporters and stuff. You have to make amends for this if you're staying here. You can't continue to do this. Pick this team up, go and get a result and start keeping clean sheets. Change something. They changed a lot today, and that's one of the better performances I've seen this season by a mile. They need to take that shit and go and get another result. Right now, I want to see results and clean sheets. Then, if that starts to happen, I need to see improvement in performances. But I don't want you to go and start trying to play football and put Pogba and Bruno and Sancho and Rash, and then we're playing like we are. I don't want to see that. Listen, I want you to get results.
I understand you want to get results. To me, Pogba should have gone 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. He should have been gone. He should have been gone. At the end of the day, when a player says, this shows you what kind of a Manchester United we are. When a player says 3 times, I want to leave, why are we begging him? If we're supposed to be Man United, that's when I knew we're not Man United.
Well, you're talking to somebody. Do you know my position on Paul Pogba? I wanted Paul Pogba gone and Martial to be gone with him and Marino to be given whatever he needed to take on. I'm not a big Pogba fan. When I watch Paul Pogba,
you don't have to be a fan. When a player says I want to leave because you're not going to
win, let him go. Yeah, let him go.
Good win for us today, but not convinced by Ollie. Followed you on Twitter. Big up Robert's more, man. Big up love. Nothing but love, Robert. Absolute nothing but love, bro. Absolute nothing but love. And, deflated still.
Nobody's gonna be saying to you, no Ollie in the staunchest, most zealous pro-Oli guy after that performance is going to come out today and say, ha, he's the man. Nobody. All this is raise a glass. Thank God the crisis has been broken, at least for this week. We could go back into a crisis in 2 days' time, 3 days' time, with a disaster in Champions League. And then we've got City. If we go out of that in a whimper, that's really going to mean this result is nothing. This is today, bro, when you get into a habit of conceding a goal every single game.
For 21 games.
Do you understand what I mean? When you get into a habit of losing every week, it messes you up. Wenger said it. Wenger goes, look, if you lose a game, no problem, no matter who against. If you lose 2 games, we've got a problem. If you lose 3, now it's a crisis. It's become habitual. And you have to break that habit. So today, that is what was vital. And the manner we went about it was good.
Well, here we go. This is it. Well, you know what? Big up to every one of you in here, man. Big up to all the regulars. Big up Khalis Ramadan Lassie. Big up Robert Moore. Big up Yoga Fish Guts. Just said it's not like Van der Beek Sancho being benched by some great master tactician coach. He's being benched by a clueless, mediocre coach. That's just a shame. I agree there. I think I agree. The coaching staff is absolute horrendous. Oli kept it on his equivalent of a power cut when the bloke waits for electric chair. They just wait to turn a few minutes later. After the match, nothing changes. Of course, nothing changes. For me, like I said to you, the only way these football players, this football structure, these owners, this football club ever makes me feel something about this season is if they win the Champions League or they win the league. That, to me, that's the only remedy. The only thing that can remedy that humiliating 5-0 loss, what I witnessed. And by the way, I didn't leave early. I clapped them and I chanted and I supported them because that's my responsibility as a supporter when I'm in that stadium. But after the game, and the fact that they didn't take a decision, there's no strategy, there's no plan in this club. Wow. I'm telling you now, I know deep down inside me, knowing who Fergie was, Fergie would have walked away. If Fergie would have got humiliated 5-0 at Old Trafford, he would have. I think Busby would have been the same because there's a different mentality then. They would have been like, "Wow, I've just embarrassed."
I think, what I'd say, do you know about this, bro?
Do you agree with me? Do you think Fergie and Busby would have walked, knowing that this is our rivals? I think they would have. Me personally, I think they would have because I think that those different mentalities.
I think integrity, needs to be. I hope Ollie's got the integrity and a genuine, the welfare of the club at heart. If he knows deep down that he is just gonna be drifting in and out all season and it's not gonna happen, then he might want to cut his tenure short. And with integrity, say, look, I have stabilized, I have built something here, but I can't take it to the next level. I'm not equipped. And let somebody else come in. But Dino, one thing where you have been saying for an eternity now, which is a danger, is the dimension of this dynamic that is the board. For example, if you wanted to talk about alternative managers, every manager that we've had previously has come out and said that they were undermined in some sort of way. At the moment, we're talking about a player called Donny van der Beek, who a lot of people are saying, Ollie did not sign this guy. The Glazers signed this guy.
So why didn't you let him go in January? Why did you insist with his agent? He has to stay in January.
Weird. Very, very, very weird. So Ollie might have signed him. Might have done a real, a stinker there. But whoever's coming in, or they're looking, can we handle Conte? If we tell Conte, yeah, okay, or imagine we got Simone or Conte, yeah? I bring in these guys into the conversation because of their personality. But just put that aside. Dino, I'm talking about the board here. Put that aside a minute. Forget whether you want them or not, whether good or not. The reason I mention them is Mourinho will bring the Glazers right into the mud and drag them through it publicly if they are going to be putting him as the face to take the shots when he should and when he shouldn't be taking the shots, because they are dictating things from above that are affecting him. Do you understand what I mean? So they are, I hope that they're only going to act in the interest of the club, but I doubt they will. This is what's going to hinder any manager that comes in, whether it's Ten Hag, I know you want him, whether it's Conte. If this continues and they're signing players for commercial shit, and
that's what we do.
Then at a certain point, we've gone back to a conversation we had a million years ago, which is I'm struggling to assess the players and the manager and the management staff because of the reasoning behind the personnel that have been brought into the club.
Listen,
at a certain point.
Yeah,
not all the way. Ollie's been dogged. Don't get me wrong.
There are horrendous owners in different football clubs. The coaching staff and the manager dictate the football you play. And for me, I'm starved of good football. And then if it was up to you, I agree with you. Give me fucking Graham Potter. I'm sorry. This guy's got a philosophy, a way of playing distinct. And I'm sure we better players. As soon as they see his training, the players will get behind him. Anyway, so I got another shot. Somebody's taking shots at me today. It must be an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan. Yusuf Ahmed says, you know what makes me laugh? Everybody's complaining and bitching. The bankers need to go. Glazers need to go. Stop going to games and buying merch. First of all, since they stepped in this football club, I've never bought a merch. Never in my life have I bought merch since 2005. So that's the first of all. And for me, from your thing, that shows to you, you've never been to a football stadium in your life. Because as a football fan, if you can go, you go to the stadium to support your team. You know why you do it? Regardless who owns the club, regardless who manages that club, regardless who's playing for that club. Because that's what you do as a football fan. That's what you are as a football supporter. So there you go, bro, yeah? Yeah, bring more shots, yeah? Bring more shots. Come on. You're not done here. But listen, I'm going to wrap it up. Yusuf, what's the name? Yusuf Ahmed. Come back again, no problem, man. Tell us who you support, yeah? Why are you surprised when Ollie has been under pressure and he sets a team to negative in the last 2 seasons, playing draws and smiling afterwards, knowing that he's saved his job for another week? To be fair, that's what it's been last season as well, to be fair. And for me, that second place has been exposed now. Where I was trying to defend Ollie, I was like, look at the away record. Look at we finished second. We have to give him a chance now that he's got his players.
All of that. Look, do you know these comments?
All that was the pandemic. And now those results that the other way in all those games last season have gone the other way this season. And that's what's happened.
But you know what, Dino? With all due respect to Donovan, Sukram, and comments like that, this is not realistic thinking. This is daftness. This is daftness, because if a man's job is on the line, if a player's necks are on the line, because they're going to get it as well, man. If they go and lose today after that disgrace and play shocking, they are going to get mauled, severely mauled in the papers, on social media, everywhere. And they're already, you want to go and support the team and the players. Look at them. They're a wreck. They're a shambles, a wreck, a disaster. There's so no confidence, nothing. You've seen it at Liverpool. So you have to go out and play for a result. So when people say come defensive, so what? Today is about a result, people. It's about breaking a disastrous cycle, getting a clean sheet, getting 3 points away. Tottenham away, yeah. I know they're not a great team. Nobody's saying we just beat Barcelona, but it's still a good 3-0 result away where our keeper didn't work and it could have been more. Just take that and understand why the man deployed that system. If he had changed it today, like he did, completely new formation, dropped Greenwood, Rashford, played Fred and McTominay, who everybody hates, and lost, oh my God, mate, doomsday.
No, I don't. Listen, for me, let me say something to you now. Ollie going forward, let me say something to you now. No other defeat that can come would ever hurt me as much as the way it hurt me last Sunday, mate. I know it might.
I know it won't, Nuruddin. But what I'm saying to you is, you know football. You know how it works. You know how the media works. Listen, today needed to be a win and a clean sheet.
That's him about his job. I understand what you're saying in terms of the pressure that's on him or the players, whatever.
Of course, yeah. You have to play for results sometimes.
For me, it can't get more humiliating than he's already got. If City beat us 10-0, it still won't be the same because Man City are Man City for me. You know what I mean? They'll never have the amount of trophies and history in Man United do. They won't. And as a City fan, they're getting these excuses in. Depending on how United play. Listen, we always play 5 at the back anyway against you guys. So I don't know if nothing's changed. We always play 5 at the back against Man City. We always do. Last time we beat you 2-0 at Old Trafford, we play 5 at the back. So that's not nothing new. Anyway,
bro, do you know what? I know you're hurting, yeah.
No, I'm not hurting. Listen, I'm not hurting. The hurt was when I was in the stadium, where goal after goal was going in.
Bro, but one thing, you're still...
I'm just dismayed.
You've been scarred.
And I'm supposed to come on here, and I'm supposed to be going crazy, go, we beat Spurs.
No, you're not. Nobody's saying that, man. No, nobody's saying that.
I'm sorry, that's the difference. I'm not going to do that. To me, I want these bankers out.
Nobody, everything.
I want all of the players who played last week out, and I want the coaching staff, every one of those fuckers to go. That's what I want. That's what I want. If you ask me what I want. Facts. That's what I want.
Fair enough. But if we don't get that.
Trust me, United fans, if I had that power, I would do it like that. I would do it like Thanos. Like Thanos, trust me. If you gave me that level of Thanos power, you know what I mean?
I'll give you an AK-47. This one's for you. Glazers out, Ollie out. No messing about there. Here's Yusuf Ahmed again. Get the bulletproof vest on. Here we go. Hit me with that one. I don't buy merchandise, but I go to games. But I want the owners to go. Make this make sense. You're still putting money in their pocket, bro. As long as you do that, they are happy counting their dosh.
Listen, let me say something to you now. I always been. That's why when they came, I protested. And every occasion where there's been to protest against these owners, I have done it. But for me, as a football supporter, I can't uncondition myself, make myself hate football, then leave the football club that I love and supported for 31 years because of their owners. Sorry, mate. That shows me you're a Mayweather.
But you know what?
You're not. You know what you are? You might just support players. You might be one of those that just supports Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi, whatever. You're not a football supporter because no football supporter will come out with that amount of dosh, that tosh that you're talking. Anyway, listen, I need to end the show here because we've gone on for 50 minutes and people have been asking me to keep the shows for half an hour, especially the match reactions. But obviously, we've gone into more analysis. So please like and share the video. We'll be back on Monday to do a preview for Atlanta. For me, which is the most vital, one of the most vital, important games of the season, because I don't ever want to see a Europa League. For me, Oli Capone will have to do the show because I will never be talking about Europa League. I won't be doing a match reaction.
Nah, bro. Come on, man.
I won't be watching. And those are fact. I promise you, United Real Therapy. Europa League, whether you like it, you'll have to go subscribe to other channels. We will talk about the Europa League. I am not going to talk about Europa League.
Do you know, man, there's nice places in Kosovo, Georgia, Kazakhstan. Come, man.
No. Listen to me. All due respect to them, I am not talking about Europa League football. I've done it for 4 years. That game is over. Game's up. But anyway, on a lighter note, big up Yusuf Ahmed. Keep bringing your shots. He's still not telling me who you support, but big up, bring your shots, man, all day, every day here. I'm here. I can take it. I've got an answer for every one of your little snidey comments. I'll put it in the bag, man. I'll bag it for you. All right? Don't worry. Unless you're a Spurs, I doubt you're a Spurs fan. You're probably an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan.
Do you know why I want the
Chelsea fan? That's what I'd love to know. But anyway, next week we're going to do another phone-in, hopefully. Most likely on a Wednesday. And so people can come and have their views. So the day after,
that was
Tuesday, we'll
really good phone-in that you did, man.
Yeah, and hopefully you'll be on here as well to answer some people's questions because people will love to hear from you as well. People have been asking for you in the comments. So big up to every one of you. Big up to Yusuf Ahmed especially for taking shots because that's what we need. Give me more content. Big up to Khalees. Big up to Robert, Donovan, Big Ron. Big up Ray. Big up all the regulars, man. Muhammad Ali. Listen, there's too many to name people. KMFC, Ali G, AK. You know what I mean? Big up to, listen, Paranji. Big up Bombay, Bad Boy. Big up to every one of you, man. Every Steven Kramer. Big love, Mr. Schrock, to take care. Big love to you, man. At the end of the day, it's 3 points for Man United, and I'm never not going to celebrate or not want Man United to win. That's just me. I don't care what the manager's on. I am never going to come out and go, I'm against this manager. I don't do that. But to me, it's papering over the cracks. and we move on to the next game for me, which is the most important game. And that game is a must-win for Man United if we want to be in the next round or the last 16 of the Champions League. Facts. Win, lose, or draw, people. Glazers out. Bristol University bankers out. Oli Capone, last word.
Oli, boom. Nah, joke. Do you know, I want that guy gone and his coaching staff gone because I want you to be happy more than anything. And I know this is not only killing you, it's killing everybody watching this shit every week. So at the very least, if he's staying, he better start performing better than he has been, man.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly. Love and respect to you all, people. Thank you for being with us. We move on to Tuesday. Come on, United. Come on, let's get to that last 16. Because this channel is a Europa League free zone, people. Let that sink in. Good night.